Rockies kick off the weekend. Yesterday went swimmingly for Colorado as they beat Clayton Kershaw earlier this year. They beat Madison Bumgarner yesterday 3-1. The Rockies, when they face the game's best, have brought their A game. And Charlie Blackmon is ready to go against another one of the game's best, Johnny Cueto. Here's the Southwest batting order tonight for Buddy Black. DJ naturally will bat second. Cargo will be in the 3 spot. He has good numbers historically against Cueto. Then Nolan Arenado, Mark Reynolds, big base hit last night to drive in the 3rd Rockies run. Trevor Story hit a 2-run bomb yesterday to get the Rockies on the board. Raimel Tapia up from AAA and right into the starting lineup. He'll bat 7th in left field. Tony Walters with the gear on. Tyler Anderson on the mound. Well, Johnny Cueto, Cincinnati Reds, Kansas City Royals, now San Francisco Giants. And he was as advertised for the Giants last year, winning 18 ball games. And I don't know if he gets his fair due around baseball, Huey. When we talk about the game's elite pitchers, it should include Johnny Cueto.
Yeah, but think of some of the places he's played. Cincinnati, Kansas City, not these big market places. But for me, when the guy is 116 and 75 in his career, 260 starts, less hits than innings pitched career-wise, close to a strikeout per inning, he should get the recognition. Well,
we talk about Mad Bum, and well, we should. He's 169 in his career. And there's the pitch that is so difficult to handle, that changeup. And Johnny Cueto this year is 2-0. The ERA is up a little bit. The walks, by his standards, are up a little bit, and hopefully he doesn't have the great command we're accustomed to. Last year, he averaged 1.8 walks per 9 innings, which is fabulous. This year, he's at 3.8 in the early going as you look at his arsenal.
And for the fastball, it is up a little over a mile per hour from last year, which is really impressive for a guy that is 31 years of age. Now he's 92.7, but he can get back. He can rush it up there at 95 when he needs to. It's not like he's just this average fastball velocity guy. And then also give you the shimmy and the shake and the hesitation and about 7 different variations of a move to home.
I think it's harder on typically guys like Cargo who are big lifters.
Yes.
I mean, Hugh, you know that to get your timing.
And then he quick pitches.
Just like he did there on a 2-0 pitch.
And that's why it's hard for Cargo. It's going to be a little bit. But the interesting thing for Cargo, though, he's hitting 345 in his career. He's 10 for 29 off Cueto. So maybe he just decides, I'll wait with the leg kick. If he wants to shimmy out there, then I'll wait on my leg kick.
Here's the 2-1 on DJ. And DJ rips one through the left side for a base hit. So LeMahieu, a 1-out single. You can tell he is really coming on. Let's take a look at the defenders for San Francisco. Chris Morrero is getting the start in left field. He's joined by Denard Span and Hunter Pence. And there's Brandon Crawford again. Our thoughts go out to the Crawford family. Great tragedy in his family when his wife lost one of her sisters 2 days ago to an asthmatic attack. But Crawford did appear last night as a pinch hitter and is in the starting lineup again, and naturally in the middle of their lineup. Here's Cargo, 1 out and 1 on. And just picking up on the thought that you had about the lift with Cueto, Cargo told me in the tunnel earlier today that he will sometimes abbreviate his lift based on what Cueto does in his windup. And then he works underneath this to shallow center field. 2 outs.
And Cueto in the last couple of years with the Giants is 20-5 with a 2.87 ERA and 34 starts.
And he saves, it seems like, his very, very best for inside the division. Last year, he won 12 games against just 4 losses in the West, and that was more victories than anybody else, any other starting pitcher in the division.
Yeah, next closest was Kenta Maeda, who was 10-5.
For the Rockies, Tyler Chatwood was 8-5. That was the 3rd most wins of anybody in the division. This is on the ground to 3rd, and Nunez goes to panic, and that's all for the Rockies. DJ had a base hit. And when we return, Tyler Anderson will take the mound here at AT&T Park. Inning number 1, Tyler Anderson in the purple top is out on the mound. And Denard Span from the left side will lead things off for San Francisco. The Giants, like the Rockies, have struggled to score in the early going. The Southwest batting order for the 4 and 7 Giants. Bruce Bochy, Brandon Belt, another left-handed hitter, will bat second. Then Hunter Pence, Nick Hundley, he's swinging the bat well in his new uniform. He's batting cleanup. Then Crawford, Eduardo Nunez, who can fly, Chris Morrero, Joe Panic, and Johnny Cueto. Again, no Buster Posey. He'll return on Tuesday for the Giants when they are in Kansas City playing the Royals. Tyler Anderson, one key for him today, Huey, in talking to Darren Holmes, is to pick up the tempo. And we noticed it in his last start. He wasn't pitching with the same urgency, it seemed, between pitches that we'd seen last year.
Well, he probably wasn't feeling it as far as being able to command either the fastball, the cutter, or the changeup. So sometimes it'll take more time in between pitches. But as Mark mentioned just a few moments ago, talking to Steve Foster, that he's got to be down in the zone because he's walking too many guys. That's up, and he's not getting the ground balls that he got last year either.
He's been behind in a lot of counts, which is unlike Anderson, and he's behind right here, 2-0. The book always changes on a pitcher. Last year, you wouldn't have said this with Anderson. He didn't walk many guys. Just think guys would be aggressive early in the count, but right now they're going to wait him out until he starts throwing strikes. That was a borderline strike. 2-1. Home plate umpire is Mike Everett, by the way.
Yeah, you have books on guys, but at the same time, the book can change, and so you have advanced scouts that are saying, well, in the 2 starts that I've watched, he hasn't been as crisp and clean as he was last year. And so make sure he throws you a strike.
Now, we're looking at the Subaru strike zone. According to that, he should have been struck out already. So Mike Everett's not giving him the upper portion of the zone.
I mean, that's not just a little bit in the zone on at least 2 of them, and the other one was split on the corner.
And 3-2. Just what we were discussing. Denard Span has not moved the bat yet. Staying really patient.
But it's easier if you take a pitch and it's called a ball, but it's still in the strike zone. As a hitter, you think, well, I'm going to go ahead and take another one then.
And on the ground to DJ. Soft hands.
That wasn't as easy a play as DJ made it look, because he's moving to his left, and you know you're going to get an in-between hop, and you also are starting to worry just a skosh about, is that going to hit the lip? But for DJ, he's so subtle and so smooth as he's moving. So he's moving to his left, but see right there, that hop right before it gets to him, you're panicking because you say, oh, is it going to hit the lip? But it hit about 6 to 8 inches prior to that, and then get that all-important first out on a ground ball.
Didn't he do something subtle there also, where he kind of gave a little bit of ground to see that hop a little longer?
Yeah, so, and you open up. So you drop step like a third baseman would do. And so you open up a little bit more to give yourself just that extra foot to field the ball.
He is so smooth. Here's the 0-1 on Brandon Belt, and it's a foul ball, 0-2. Belt snapped an 0 for 18 with a line drive the 7th inning that almost was snared. Remember that by Trevor Story up the middle.
Was in his glove momentarily, then went off the heel of it, and it dropped out.
This is fought off and in foul ground past disinterested Phil Nevin.
I'm not even going to try.
And Phil Nevin, the new third base coach for the Giants.
he heard you. He was shaking his finger. No, I'm not catching that.
Done playing.
Yeah.
Boy, he could hit.
Oh, he could.
His son Tyler in the Rockies organization can hit. 0-2.
Yeah, I was talking to Phil yesterday around the batting cage about Tyler. And, you know, the fortunate thing for him is that he can listen to some of the games because they start so much later or earlier here. And so he'll listen to them and at least get a couple at bats before he goes there, because he's down in Nashville.
Here's the 0-2 on Belt again. And this is pop foul out of play. Well, Tyler last year, after a great rookie ball season, right after he was drafted out of high school, Poway, California. Last year he had a hamstring injury. He basically missed the whole season.
Yeah, and Phil said it's fine. It's not a problem at all this year. It's playing some first, some third, DH.
Belt keeps fouling off pitches. Anderson keeps pounding his own. 56 degrees our game time temperature. It feels a bit warmer than it was last night.
Oh, look at every single pitch in the Subaru strike zone. Yeah, it's not quite as windy as it was last night either.
Like the slider there, just missed 1 and 2. That was a chase slider. You can do that when you're up 0-2. Rockies limited the Giants to 5 singles last night. Several didn't even leave the infield. Belt's a big man. He's about 6'5". Big power hitting collegiate player at the University of Texas. DJ coming, or actually Story's coming now, and he'll make the catch. 2 outs, and that will bring up Hunter Pence. Let's take a look at the Rockies officially defensively. Tapia's in left field. Blackman and Gonzalez join him. Nolan, Trevor Story, DJ LeMahieu, Mark Reynolds with Tony Walker's catching. And if you missed it during the pregame show with Jenny and Sully, congratulations to Gerardo Parra. Gerardo on the paternity list, and he got to Miami with about an hour and a half to spare and watched the birth of his second child, a baby girl. So congratulations to the Parras in Miami. And here are the other moves. John Gray on that 10-day DL. Shane Carl's been brought up. The Rockies are in a position now after this will be their 12th straight day playing out of the gate. Never seen anything like this. It'll be 14 in a row. Then they'll have 2 off days in 4. Monday and Thursday are off days. The Rockies won't need that quote-unquote 5th starter till the following week. So then we'll learn exactly who will make that next appearance for the Rockies. They will be without John Gray for a while. Very fine start for Tyler Anderson. 1-2-3 in the first. Toyota Tundra and your hometown Toyota stores. By Cheyenne Frontier Days, log on to cfdrodeo.com for the full lineup, and by Southwest Airlines. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Not as cloudy as when that picture was taken, but it is a beautiful night. So many special shots to be had in San Francisco. Mark Reynolds will lead it off in the top of the second. And Johnny Cueto's fastball off the plate. This was a great at bat last night against Bumgarner.
Well, he knew he had to try to get it up in the air, knew how important that extra run was. And Mark comes through with his 11th RBI.
We were chatting with Mark about that. He said, you know, first of all, trying to make contact against Bumgarner is hard enough. Trying to lift the ball against Bumgarner's doubly hard, and he battled away. I mean, it was a great at bat.
Well, two solid professionals going at it. Yeah, there's a little history there with the two guys because they've been in the league for so long.
And get that third run in San Francisco, Huey, is huge.
Because this ballpark is a 3-run ballpark.
It's a 3-run ballpark.
That's
a great way to put it.
You get 3 runs here, and you have a chance to win the game. And you know, against a mad bum who you hadn't beat in a long time. The Rockies have been some dragon slayers the last week or so with the two guys they've taken down.
Do it again tonight. They haven't beaten Cueto since May of 2012, so they are due. Reynolds will back out now. And this is sharply hit, but right at Crawford, and he throws across the diamond. Gold Glove at shortstop each of the last 2 years for Brandon Crawford, the former UCLA star. Trevor Story, he got a first pitch in play last night for the first time this year, and a great result.
Well, this was the big blow in the game, the 2-run shot off of Madison. No doubt. 4th inning, put the Rockies ahead 2-0. It felt good for Trevor too. I like the aggressiveness.
He's changed his MO the last 2 days, hasn't he, Huey?
First pitch swinging is key, and you're going against Cueto, who's a strike thrower. So you have to sometimes change your approach of get out of your comfort zone. And for Trevor, he swung first pitch last night, 1-for-1 with a home run.
And there's a dirty changeup.
Changeup about 82 miles an hour.
Nick Hundley catching him. Strike 3 on the curveball. 2 outs. Second strikeout for Cueto.
And it was on the inside corner on the Subaru strike zone. This is the cutter. Starts it at the front hip and then brings it back over the inside portion. I mean, it's easy to give up because out of the hand, you're saying it's a ball that might hit me. I got to get out of the way.
Raimel Tapia, who can fly. And he bounces this one foul. He gets a changeup first offering. Tapia in 7 games with Albuquerque was hitting .406, including 6 doubles. He had driven in 6. Got 22 ball games last year for the Rockies. Very respectable. Hit .263. And this is in the air to fairly deep center field, but Span is there. And Johnny Cueto, as he's known to do, working quickly. Middle of 2, no score.
For that man, Shane Carl. He was with the Isotopes in Reno. They were snowed out yesterday, and then he found out the good news, and he told me how it went down.
I was watching the game last night, Rockies Giants, in the hotel room, and got a call from G. Hill, AAA manager, and asked me what I was doing. And I said, I'm just hanging out, getting ready to go to sleep. And he said, well, you got to go to the field and get your bags. You're going to the big leagues. And I was like, thought he was messing with me, but turned out to be true.
Drew Huey, he's a Northern California guy. Used to come here all the time. Favorite Giant, Jason Schmidt.
Jason Schmidt was a stud for a while for the Giants.
So they hurt his shoulder.
Here's Nick Hundley playing against his buddies today, and he takes strike one. So Albuquerque got snowed out in Reno.
Yeah, I saw that.
Our good buddy Mike Krukow on the Giants side, speaking of guys who were really good pitchers, working with John Miller tonight. There's Krug. That's low, 1-1. Mike lives in Reno. He told us, and we're in Reno quite a bit, covering University of Nevada in the winter in basketball, right?
Yeah.
And he told us that up by Tahoe, there were places that got 750 inches of snow this winter. He said there's still 30 feet on the ground.
Well, he was also talking about the river and how a few years ago it was like a puddle, and now it's just a raging river. They've got so much snow.
The drought is officially over. Nick pops this one up to center field. Blackman will make the catch. Hundley is retired. And that'll bring up Brandon Crawford. Fans join in on the conversation tonight and every night. Send us your thoughts, photos, questions. Use Twitter or Instagram. Include the hashtag Toyota Talk. We'll show some of your Toyota Talk comments throughout the ballgame. A boat. A party.
There's always a party in the bay, in the cove behind the ballpark.
Brandon Crawford takes outside. Fancy footwork and glove work by Tony Walters. I was doing a ski event at Squaw Valley many years ago. The ski event got canceled because they got 20 feet of snow that week.
A couple resorts in Colorado were closed this year because too much snow.
Yeah. Wolf Creek being one of them. It always snows a ton down there in the San Juans. Ball and a strike on Brandon Crawford. He used to kill the Rockies. First 33 games he played against the Rockies, he hit .364. The last 63, the Rockies have held him to a .223 average.
I've just seen this guy, though, grow up as a ball player at the big leagues. Because remember, he was brought up from A-ball because of his glove.
They didn't have a shortstop, and he had a big league glove, but the bat at the time was still
a work in progress.
A work in progress.
Yeah.
And he's become a middle of the order hitter. He led him in RBIs last year with 84.
Well, and he's also gotten better against left-handers. Because that was his downfall. Even as he started to progress, he could hit the right-handers and lefties, ate him up.
1-2. And a pop-up and deuce. Nolan waiting for it.
Well, so far, so good tonight. And I know it's just an inning and 2/3 for Tyler Anderson, but you're seeing that tempo. You're seeing a little bit more rhythm. Hitters off balance.
Yeah, there's no question his tempo is much better tonight. Darren Holmes said his side session between starts, to quote Holmesy, it was Tyler-like. There was precision, there was focus, there was tempo in his side work, and you want that side session to emulate what you hope you're going to go out and do the next time you take the baseball for real.
Yeah, it's like a hitter when he's taking batting practice or he's working off the tee in the cage. You don't want to be sloppy there because you can't fix it during the game. I mean, the game is just what happens and how you go about it. But trying to fix something out on the hill or at the box, you're going to be lost.
2-0 on Eduardo Nunez. Now 3-0 on Nunez. Nunez hit the ball sharply in the 9th inning with the bases loaded, but it was a one-hopper right at DJ, and it turned into a 4-6-3 game-ending double play. 3-1. And that's a little bit low. So first base runner for the Giants, a guy who can run, in Nunez, a 2-out walk. That'll bring up Chris Morrero.
RBI Baseball 2017 returns with fast-paced MLB action with all your favorite MLB teams, players, ballparks, and so much more. Get RBI Baseball today for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and mobile devices. Learn more at rbigame.com.
Morrero just 1 for 18 in the early going as they take a look at Nunez.
Nunez 5 stolen bases. The Giants have 6 total as a team.
And Nunez 30 bags last year. He's 5 of 5 this season. Morrero made the team by hitting 8 homers this spring.
But so far just 1 for 18.
Morrero is back in the big leagues for the first time since 2013, a former #1 pick of Washington out of high school in Miami, Florida. Purple and orange jerseys.
It is colorful.
Kaleidoscope of colors tonight at AT&T. It's pulled foul.
Got him.
Yep.
Oh, that is not a balk.
Balk on Anderson. First base umpire Bill Welke put his hands right in the air, called a balk.
He was emphatic immediately after, and Tyler keeps trying to point, saying I didn't go past the 45-degree imaginary line out there.
Watch the front foot. I don't think that's a balk.
This will
the
give us a
foot has
better.
to go behind the rubber.
Right, and it never went behind the rubber.
Listen, it's always a fine line. His foot didn't go behind the rubber.
I'd agree. Foot up, straight, didn't go behind. The only thing I could think, though, is where the right foot went. That's so close.
All good lefties truly have a balk move. Well, bear down here. 1-2 on a guy that struggled in Chris Morrero. He's a guy with a big swing. He strikes out a fair amount. 2-2. That's going to get out of play on the right side. That was part of his issue. That changeup's up. Part of his issue in his first 2 starts. You remember, Huey, when the changeup's up, you can make enough of an adjustment to hit the ball still with authority. When it's down, it's more difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, because you're out on your front side, and when it's up, your bat's already kind of in that zone. So it's easy to stay on it. When it's down, you get out there, and that's when you hit on the top portion of the baseball.
This ball hammered to deep left field. It's a 2-run home run for Morrero. And again, it was a changeup, and it was above the belt. So the struggling Chris Morrero with his first career home run.
Adam 2-2. We referenced the power changeup, but we're going to stop it on contact. Look at where that pitch is. I mean, that's center cut right down the middle of the plate, mid-thigh. When it's that in that position, it becomes a BP fastball.
Joe Panic ahead 2-0.
Right out of the hand, just doesn't turn over enough on the Subaru Supermo. The connection between the hands and then the full extension from Morrero.
That'll get the Rockies to the dugout, but damage done. 2-0 San Francisco on the first career home run for Chris Morrero, who hit 140 in the minor leagues. Rockies got off the field with first base umpire Bill Welke, and you know what it's about. It's about the balk call that should have gotten the Rockies to the dugout with no damage done.
2.5 minutes Bud was out there, and he even went over and was eyeballing where the stride was towards first base with Bill Welke. So they were a pretty heated, animated conversation for a long time.
And listen, Buddy's an expert.
Right.
He was a left-handed pitcher.
And you know he's seen the video, or at least got some confirmation from Brian Jones about what happened. But here's the balk again. The foot never crosses the rubber. Remember, the knee can, but the foot can't. It didn't. I still don't see where the balk was in that move the whole time.
I find it so difficult. Huey, you played for a long time in the big leagues. You stole a lot of bases. I still find it very, very difficult with a left-handed move to discern what is truly a balk and what is a really good move. Morrero runs that down, and Tony Walters is retired.
Well, the really good moves a lot of times look like a balk, but they're not.
Giants up 2-0 on that 2-run home run by Morrero. Fans, when the Rockies score 7 or more runs, go to participating Colorado Taco Bell locations the next day between 4 and 6. Outside on Tyler Anderson, who, as we always remind you, can swing the bat. Yep, Rockies got to get it back. 1-1. We talk about cutters and sliders and occasionally splitters. The toughest off-speed pitch. You've said it. Spilly said it. You hear it around the batting cage all the time. If you have really good, the same arm speed, and throw a changeup well, it's the toughest pitch to pick up for you guys, isn't it?
It is, and that's why if you're a young coach, a little league coach, or into high school, teach kids changeups. You don't need to teach them cutters and sliders and curveballs. Teach them a changeup. Change the speed. Because you can be a two-pitch pitcher until you get that other one as you get a little older.
If you learn that changeup early, man, you'll be something special. Charlie, along with Nolan, has started every game this year. The only two Rockies who can make that claim. And I would guess, and it's just a guess, that Charlie's going to start the next two also, and then he'll get 2 of the next 4 days off. 2 strikes. This is a guy game plan wise, Huey, you want to attack early because he is going to be in the zone.
And then once he's in the zone, he'll start to be in the zone and then out of it. With the changeup, he works away. I started watching Pedro Martinez talk about that today. And that's how Pedro used to pitch.
That's his 4th strikeout. He's got Charlie twice on changeups. Cueto is rolling, and the Giants have a 2-0 lead.
Where the splash hits go. It's time for our Rock Your Routine, brought to you by UC Health. This is my guy Joe Dirt. I did this with him earlier today. There's the baseball. There's Joe. He's an expert. He's got the reel, he's got the rod, he's got the net, and he's got the pill bottle, which keeps the net afloat. And that's his routine. That's how you get splash hits from McCovey Cove. You guys like that?
How many times did it take for him to get that baseball, Mark?
Once. He told me don't throw it past the buoy.
He got it on the first try.
It was like 10 feet. Yeah. He's been doing it for years.
I know,
he said
but
he's got
still,
over
that's
100.
impressive.
You know, when you're talking about BP.
Mark, we want to see you in a canoe before the end of the weekend.
Rocking that routine out in McCovey Cove?
I mean, that's right up your alley.
At least I can swim.
This is softly hit the crowd. Got really excited. Thought Johnny Cueto got hit. The thing came off the bat like a wiffle ball. Johnny's running faster back to the dugout than he ran to first. Easy, Johnny.
Don't pull anything.
I don't want to beat up Johnny Cueto because he's one of the game's best pitchers. But is he not bad body, good athlete guy?
I think he's in the top 5.
There you go.
Yeah, top 5.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
He's not body beautiful, but he can flat pitch. You know, a former Giant you played against who was a tremendous athlete and wasn't a body beautiful guy.
Rick Russell.
Rick Russell. You knew where I was going, right? He was a really good pitcher, but he was a really good athlete.
Yeah, he could hit. Russell could.
And now everybody's on board in our truck, and our outstanding graphics coordinator, Susan Strand, has thrown out the mighty Bo, Brian Bohannon.
Mighty Bo.
This is line to left, the base hit for Span.
All right, so I'm going to play the base runner here with Denard Span. Do you go first movement thinking that Tyler won't throw over after the balk call? I mean, that's kind of what
call. That's how you would have thought, right?
That's what I'm thinking right now. And you know, you had Bill Wilkie who made that balk call earlier. And how does Tyler feel just making a normal throw over to first base?
Well, maybe Buddy influenced him enough. You go with the same move and pick off Span. How about that? He went to the plate and he wasn't going. Now he will get counsel from Jose Aguisel, the new first base coach for the Giants.
And for so many years, Roberto Kelly, and then after that it was Billy Hayes.
And Roberto moved to third last year.
Yeah, after Tim Flannery left.
And doing some TV and playing music around the country. Ground ball to DJ, and he's going to make sure he gets an out. I don't know if he got that out of his glove cleanly or just felt like it'd be too hard.
Too far of a throw from where he caught this ball and the softness with which it was hit. And if it's somebody else besides Denard Span with some wheels, maybe you go. But right now, it's such a tough throw to get it over there. Take the sure out. I know you put a runner in scoring position, but if somehow you wildly throw it, or if it hits off and goes in 11, you got second and third and only one out.
Hunter Pence grounded to DJ his first time. And he's going to ground to Story. Great play. Need help at first. Didn't get it, and the run will score. That was a really tough play for Mark Reynolds. And it's 3-0. It'll be an infield hit and an RBI for Pence.
And Phil Nevin was waving the runner the whole time. So hard to try to make this play. Trevor gets to it. So much momentum when he makes the throw over to first. So here he catches it, but didn't get a clean catch on it. Good grip on the baseball, then it goes up the line. Oh, Mark did everything, because he also worked to that front side of the bag, did everything he could on the Subaru Supermo.
That would have been one heck of a play by Reynolds. So Nick Hundley at the plate, and Pence draws a throw. 3-0 San Francisco. And now that fielder's choice looms large, as Span with the good speed able to get to second on that roller to the right side. Nick Hundley last year drove in a career best 48 with the Rockies. Did not have an at-bat in the cleanup spot in a Rockies uniform. He's got 2 starts in the cleanup spot already for San Francisco.
In his career with Colorado, 282, 20 home runs, 91 RBIs.
He really enjoyed his time in Colorado, and he knew that the Rockies were on the cusp of doing some special things.
Saw his mom and dad today. They were here during batting practice.
Yep, they're in town. His dad Tim still doing some football camps. Longtime collegiate football coach. You know the story. At one point during his high school days when his dad was coaching at CU. Nick was at Fairview High School. Great guy, tremendous guy. And boy, does he love Buddy Black.
A lot of players do.
Everybody loves Buddy. Here's the 1-2. 2-2. In fact, he said, Nick did, that he's really been fortunate in his major league career. He's had Buddy Black. He's had Buck Showalter. He went on and on. He keeps in contact naturally with Walt Weiss. And he said, now I have Bruce Bochy. He said, I've had 4 great ones. Two and two. Hit foul. Foul ball. Last year at AT&T, Tyler had a 6-inning ball game in which he gave up 3 runs on 4 hits. He's giving up 3 here in 2 2/3. Needs to get Hundley 2 and 2, and he will. He strikes out Hundley. That's his first strikeout, but another run for the Giants as Hunter Pence's infield hit produces a run. CenturyLink High-Speed Challenge question of the evening. Which of the following is your favorite tourist attraction around San Francisco? Alcatraz, the Golden Gate Bridge, taking a cable car, or heading to wine country? Can't go wrong.
Done all 4.
Yeah.
And a little FYI, folks, if you're thinking about Alcatraz, you might want to book it ahead of time. Don't think you're just going to show up.
Way ahead of time.
Yeah, and say, oh, yeah, let's take an Alcatraz tour tomorrow.
I believe that Alcatraz, I've read this somewhere, Dougie's going to fact check me as he always does. I believe that Alcatraz is the #1 tourist attraction in the United States. DJ LeMahieu had a base hit to left his first time up. Every time you look up, it's 0-1. Cueto's working quickly and efficiently. The Rockies have 1 hit. That was LeMahieu's base hit.
Through 3 innings, he only had 31 pitches. I mean, that's how quick and efficient Johnny's been tonight.
A reminder, go to @RootSports_RM to cast your vote on those 4 choices, and we'll show you the results during our post-game show. That's a strike, 1 and 2. There's 34 pitches, and Cueto's into the 4th inning. He has to have a top 5 changeup in baseball, wouldn't you say, Huey?
I think so. Remember Mario Soto? He had a great changeup.
Cincinnati
Reds, and they have the very similar type of changeup.
I think he worked with Cueto early in his career.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason why he came to mind.
This is line to right center field. DJ continues to figure out Cueto. That's a great at bat. So a leadoff knock for LeMahieu. See if the Rockies can chip away a little bit, down 3 runs. And here comes Cargo.
Well, you got the part of the order you're going to have that opportunity. Cargo swung at the first pitch, the first at bat off of Johnny.
Dougie has said that Travel and Leisure magazine says Times Square in Midtown Manhattan is the #1 tourist attraction. Well, that's kind of a spot, you know, a place, a series. We're talking about one individual locale, Dougie, like the Statue of Liberty. Inside, ball 1. But I'm glad you pointed that out for folks that may be coming out to catch the Rockies next trip in San Francisco. Alcatraz, it's a blast. You got to go, but you better book it way in advance. 1-1.
The other thing is take a bike across the Golden Gate Bridge. That's fun, and then take the ferry back from Sausalito.
I know you've done that before. I've run across the Golden Gate. That get the heebie-jeebies looking over the side, though. This is on the ground, a belt. There's one, and a return throw, double play. 3-6-1. Cueto got over there in plenty of time.
Well, and for Brandon Belt, he had a good throwing lane to second base because he's inside the runner. And then the hard part on the return throw. So right now he's got the easy throw. The hard part, though, for a shortstop is trying to hit that pitcher as he's going to the bag. But Brandon Crawford, as you said, Drew, earlier, 2 gold gloves, including last year. Made it look pretty smooth.
2 outs, nobody on for Arenado. Hit into a force out on a ground ball to third. That ended the first inning. Rockies won 3-1 yesterday with just 7 hits.
How many times you can look at the Subaru strike zone? Cueto's behind 2-0.
Not many. And this is deep in the hole. Crawford with a strong arm by 3 steps gets Nolan. When we come back, Buddy Black will join us from the Rockies dugout. Rockies trailing Johnny Cueto and the Giants 3-0. the ball call from a left-hander, and you were a left-hander, is always difficult. What did you see from your perspective?
Well, I thought it was a good move, Drew. I thought that you know, where his foot came down was his momentum and he was going towards first base. That's what I saw. I mean, it was a move that when you put your foot down, there's a 45-degree line that is sort of the line of demarcation that I think umpires look at, and I thought he was well on the first base side of that.
Hey, real quick with Johnny Cueto, kind of what we expected from him, a little shimmy, a little shake, but he's got a pretty good changeup tonight.
Changeup's killer tonight. You've seen it against Charlie. You saw it against Andy. You know, it's a fastball mix with the change, a little deception with his different deliveries, the quick pitch. So he knows what he's doing. He's a good pitcher.
Absolutely, buddy. Good luck the rest of the way. We appreciate it.
All right, guys.
So we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Brandon Crawford against Tyler Anderson. And Anderson hits the ball well to left field, really well. Tapia is going to watch it sail out. Second home run for Crawford. And it's 4-0 San Francisco. He's surprised with his power.
The increase in his power, especially to the off gap, is because he's changed what he does. He stays behind the baseball better now than Brandon Crawford. Early in his career, he was a drifter, so he'd really get out onto that front side and couldn't stay behind or hit it out that way. But there was no doubt on that ball, and that's a long way to hit for a left-hander going to the opposite gap here at AT&T Ballpark.
And this is lined to first, and Nunez is retired. Well, we were talking to Bam Bam, Hensley Mullins, longtime hitting instructor for the Giants. And you were talking about the head movement. He was kind of a diver early in his career. And as said, he really stays behind the ball well, as you described, which allows him to drive a ball out of the ballpark the other way.
Yeah, if you're a diver, the only thing you can do hitting it the opposite way is to hit some soft fly balls that way. You can end up pulling it hard, but not going the other way. And Bam Bam said he's worked on that, trying to get that foot down in time and more parallel towards the pitcher.
And Morrero got his foot down on a changeup and hit a 2-run home run back in the 2nd inning, his first major league home run. Here's the 1-1. That's a fastball for a strike at 92. While we're on the subject of Bam Bam, Hensley Mullins, he did a great job as a skipper of Team Netherlands. They got to the final round in Los Angeles. Bam Bam's from Curacao. He will be a big league manager one day.
No doubt about it.
It's just a matter of time, and it shouldn't be a long period of time. He is such a bright guy, so well thought of. And that's a base hit for Morrero. Dwayne Espy and Bam Bam, similar. I think it's really important. Think all the hitting coaches you had in your big league career, Huey. It's really important to have that guy who's not, I want to say emotionless, but he doesn't ride a roller coaster of emotions based on how individuals or collective individuals, his team, is swinging the bat.
Because the players do that enough on their own. So you need somebody to say everything's going to be okay.
Right.
You know what? You're swinging it well, or we'll fix this little mechanical flaw that you have, and you're going to be fine.
Yeah, and Espo's that way, Dwayne Espy. And Bam Bam's that way.
Well, you have to be, and these guys have been in the game long enough to understand there's peaks and valleys. You're gonna be flying high, and you're gonna be down in the dumps sometimes, and you have to be that steady rock that's always the same.
They called another one, and now Tyler's got to be careful because he has a Buddy's coming out, and he's not heading to Welke right now. I think he's trying to calm Tyler Anderson down. He may deliver a message to Welke along the way. Bill's been around a long time, but Buddy's hot. We'll look at that one again and see if it's any different. 2 balks called.
But Buddy was talking about that 45.
He's not even saying anything right now.
I think he's waiting. This is the old stall. Wait till the home plate umpire comes out, and we're going to have a discussion.
Yeah. Look at this, man. I love it.
Perfect. Yeah, Buddy's been. He was just waiting till he came out there.
Not a word was spoken. The only person I saw speak was Nolan. And Nolan was smart. And all guys you want to cover with all the cameras, speak into your glove. And that was called. That was actually called by Mike Everett, the home plate umpire. Morrero at second, Panic at the plate, and a 2-strike count on Panic. If you get Panic, you can get out of this. The odds go way up with Cueto on deck. And the Rockies can't fall behind by any more. They have 4 runs in a park that's tough to score in, and against a pitcher that is tough to score against.
Another one from the side. It's so hard with that imaginary 45-degree line. But that one was, as you mentioned, Drew, was called for Mike Everett, not Bill Wilkie.
Cutter misses 1 and 2. Trying to work Panic away. You see on the Subaru strike zone.
Right off the cup into the bat.
Here's the 1-2 on Panic. Slowly hit to first. 2 outs. Gonna bring up Johnny Cueto. Anderson had a strong first inning. 1-2-3 through the Giants, but then the 2-run home run in the second to Morrero. Ended up giving up a scratch run in the third, and the leadoff home run here in the fourth by Brandon Crawford. 4 runs, 5 hits for the Giants. No runs, 2 hits by DJ LeMahieu. The entire offensive output for the Rockies. Cueto swings and misses. Shane Carl's gone down to the Rockies bullpen. That's on the outside corner, strike 2.
Tyler's spot is due up 5th next inning.
Actually, it's Scott Ober.
Well, this Scott. Over 70 pitches. We're not through the 4th yet.
Tyler Anderson was so sharp, so steady a year ago, and a bit slow out of the gate here in 2017, his sophomore year. And a broken bat comeback. So Anderson flips to first to end the 4th. Home run by Brandon Crawford has made it 4-0 San Francisco as we go to the 5th. to open that new ballpark. They had 3 opening days. Every other game they were trotting out to the line, except it wasn't until tonight that it happened in their new ballpark, SunTrust.
Looks nice.
Looks beautiful.
Saw some pictures of it today.
We'll be there later on in the summer. Mark Reynolds will lead things off in the 5th. The Rockies trying to figure out that changeup of Johnny Cueto. DJ LeMahieu, a single in the 1st, a single in the 4th. The only base runners for the Rockies. Now they have another one, Reynolds, with a sharp single to left. Back-to-back innings, the Rockies had the leadoff man on. That'll bring up Trevor Story.
Mark just hit one of the rare changeups that's been up from Cueto today.
Got a fastball down and in, 1-0 on Trevor. He's had his moments against Cueto. Two and 0. You know, it's amazing. The Rockies are sitting at 7-4. Tied for the 3rd best mark in team history through 11 games. And yet, when have you ever heard this? The Rockies have scored the 4th fewest runs per game in baseball. And you know that's going to change dramatically.
It will, but they're also a -7 in run differential right now. And I know a lot of it has to do with the game against the Padres the other day, losing 6-0. But coming into tonight's game, they were -7.
And they're 4-0 in 1-run games.
And they've won 3 2-run games.
3-0 count for the first time. Now it's 3-1. Yankees last year in 1-run games 12-20. Good swing. See, that's a ball that he wants to put in play. Here's some of the comparative stats all of last year in a small sampling size 2017. Scoring 3 runs or less, the Rockies already have 4 victories, just 10 all of last year. But the 3.4 runs, it'll be over 5.
There's some John going on now.
And Buddy just got tossed out by Mike Everett. This has been ongoing.
Yes, it
has all to do with the balks.
Yep.
And you know what? He's going to get his money's worth now. And he's going to get after Wilkie.
Get after Bill Wilkie too. This is Bud's 155th game managed against the Giants here.
When you're sitting on that bench as a player, Huey, what goes through your mind right now?
Thank you for sticking up for us. That's what's going, and then you want to be yelling some stuff out there too. So the players, they appreciate that when a manager has their back. And after what happened, and Tyler Anderson thought that there was 2 balk calls that went against him that weren't balks.
3-2, ball 4. Now the Rockies have 2 on, nobody out, with Raimel Tapia coming up.
But that was just a little strange right in the middle of Trevor's at bat. For that jawing to be going on.
Especially after, it was after a swing.
Right.
It wasn't like a borderline pitch was called a strike.
And that's where, to me, I think Mike Everett should just turned around and just let him just bark all he wants. Just, we used to say, you know, because the umpires get these big ears and they can hear everything. Just put the ears behind the mask and just turn away.
Tapia takes a strike.
He's saying, let's play baseball. Let's go. What's that? See, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Now he's got to write a report about it.
Two strikes on Tapia. This is where he'll spread out and get really low. It's his two-strike approach, which has been effective for him. It looks unorthodox. Chance for the Rockies to get back in it. 2 on, nobody out.
You can see where the Giants tried to go with the spread out approach of Tapia. You want to try to elevate, so he needs to make sure when he's like that try to see it down, because it's hard to catch up when it's up.
This is going to be a tough play, but Crawford will make it, and he's grabbed by Morrero. Want to bring up Tony Walters. What do pitchers do when a guy hits out of a crouch?
Try to get him out of that crouch where he stands up.
That's what Cueto was able to do there with Tapia. Tony Walters hitting .263 in the early going. Tony had a brilliant spring swinging the bat. .321 in the second half last year. See if he can come through right now against Johnny Cueto. They shade him a little bit toward left center field. He hit the ball to left his first time.
Going pretty much straight up in the infield. Looking to the on deck circle, Stephen Cardulo.
He'll surprise you every once in a while. He has some pull pop, as we like to say. That's a called strike, 1-1.
Well, last year, Tony hit .333 with runners in scoring position. This year, 1 for 3, so he's right on pace.
This ball in the air to center field. Will it drop? Yep. And everybody will move up 90 feet. The lead runner, Mark Reynolds, he had to hold up to make sure Span couldn't get there. So the bases are loaded, and the Rockies will go to their bench, and Stephen Cardulo will pinch hit.
And you're also down by 4 runs, so you can't make something foolish happen on the bases. So Mark did the right thing. You know it's not hit hard. And at second base, you can kind of see the flight of the ball, what's happening, and then falling right in front of Denard.
So Cardulo 0 for 14 right now. Now would be a lovely time to get that first knock of the year. Fires at a fastball a little bit late, 0-1.
Mike Redmond, the bench coach, taking over for Bud Black after he was tossed.
Oh, 2. For a guy that you know is going to be around the zone, and when he's not, he induces you to swing at pitches that are look good but really aren't good for you. Good take there by Cardulo. That was tough.
That's been his MO for a long time in his career for Johnny Cueto.
Conley going to go out and visit with Cueto. Reynolds at third, he singled. Story walked, and at first base, Tony Walters. To second, and the ball came out of the glove. Stay right on the bag. They said it's a good play. 2 runs will score. What a break for the Rockies. The second base umpire, Bruce Dreckman, said nope, ball came out cleanly.
That's why, as second base, it's great that Tony ran into him, that he did nothing wrong. He tried to tag him, but when you tag a base runner, you're supposed to use both hands. Put your other hand over your glove to make the tag so that doesn't happen. But for the Rockies, what a break that was, because you're thinking it's going to be a double play to end the inning. Instead, he goes after him just single-handedly. Tony's running, doesn't throw an arm out at him, anything. Right here in the Subaru Supermo, that's where you keep your other hand on the glove and the ball so that ball doesn't pop out. But then Tony didn't quite realize it at first. He came off the bag. He's just running just fine. It's going to be.
This is how that'll be scored. It's a fielder's choice RBI for Cardullo, and then an E4 on Panic. And Joe Panic won a Gold Glove, and Huey, as you described, that's just textbook. You got to cover that baseball up. It's a huge break for the Rockies. Now still just 1 out, and Charlie Blackmon at the plate. Good heads-up base running by Story. This is sharply hit. It'll get through. Walters around third. He'll get a stop sign, and the bases are loaded for DJ LeMahieu. All of this has happened since Bud Black got ejected.
That's right. And I'm telling you, the guys feed off that. They got some energy in that dugout because of it.
That kind of snuck under the glove of Eduardo Nunez. To say Johnny Cueto was rolling along to the 5th inning would be an understatement.
And then you had the fielder's choice and then the air, and that's underneath the glove of Nunez. He really played that behind him. See how his glove is behind his eyes on the Subaru Supermo? You can't feel that what you can't see. But for Charlie, he snuck it by, and then Stu wisely held up Tony at third base with DJ coming up.
DJ 2 for 2. 2 sharp singles, 1 to left, 1 to right center. A single here in all likelihood ties up the baseball game. Cardullo's the runner at second. Blackmon, the trail runner, can really go. 1 ball, 1 strike.
DJ 10 for 26 career against Johnny Cueto, 385.
And he's a career .336 hitter here at AT&T Park. It's one of the highest road batting averages, or visiting batting averages, at AT&T. Good eye from DJ, who's really locked in now after scuffling the first week of the season. DJ yesterday had a couple hits and a walk. He was on 3 times.
And all of a sudden his average is up to 250.
Two-1. Up the middle. It's going to be glove for 1 on the first double play. So the Giants turn 1 over, and they maintain a 4-2 lead. But the Rockies very much back in it. Middle of 5. Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Subaru. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru. By Jack in the Box, introducing the new Brunch Fast menu. It's brunch time anytime at Jack in the Box. And by Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo customers get your 2-for-1 Rockies club level tickets by visiting wellsfargo.com/Rockies. McCovey Cove out in right field. The statue of the great Willie McCovey. The Rockies now within a pair of the Giants 4-2 as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning with Jeff Houston. I'm Drew Goodman. Denard Span against Scott Oberg, who takes over for Tyler Anderson.
It's been a nice start for Scott this year.
It's been an excellent start. This is Luke to left, and Tapia is there, 1 out. A short outing from Tyler Anderson. Gave up 4 runs on 5 hits in 4 innings, a walk and a strikeout, 75 pitches. He'll figure it out.
Yes, he will. Well, he was good for the first inning and 2/3. And then he had that walk to Nunez, had the balk, and gave up that home run.
Brandon Bell to pop out and a ground ball to second. Late on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
That's when you yell, take the donut off, because that was a swing. It looked like he was swinging underwater.
Left field, Tapia again. Well, if you missed it earlier and you're settling in at home, bad news for the Rockies again. It's been a tough 4 or 5 weeks when it comes to injuries. John Gray last night, when he came down fielding his own position, he jumped and he ended up with a stress fracture in the left foot. And John's going to be in a walking boot for a while. He'll be able to keep the arm in shape. It's a minimum of a month, but in reality, you're talking about probably in the neighborhood of at least 6 weeks. Whenever a pitcher can't work off a bump, he's got to then build back up.
And he'll have to go make a couple rehab starts too. It's not like he could in a month come off the DL and then just hop back into major league action. And
because this is in the area of an injury from spring training, the Rockies are going to be very careful. And you're going to be very careful with a pitcher in particular. You pointed this out last night, Huey. Anytime a pitcher has a leg injury, they're worried about mechanics getting altered and then stress somewhere else, shoulder, elbow.
And that's what John was saying when he went back out there, especially the second time, and he walked the leadoff guy, that he was just worried that he just couldn't do his mechanics the right way. And he wisely got him out of the game, and then lo and behold, he comes down with the stress fracture after the MRI was taken today.
Here's the 2-2 on Pence. Line foul. Now, the Rockies don't need the extra starter for a little bit of time because they have 2 off days next week. Monday and Thursday are off days. Who will be that next 5th starter? Well, there's a bunch of candidates. Chris Russell, who got the win last night, was terrific out of the pen. Jeff Hoffman's made a couple of starts down in Albuquerque. Herman Marquez, and maybe a sleeper in Harrison Musgrave, who had a very nice spring. They seem the likely candidates right now. 2-2. Sliders off the plate, 3-2.
Again, a tip of the cap to Chris Russin and what he did last night coming in for John. 3 1/3 inning. Couple of hits, 2 strikeouts.
Here comes another slider. Made a great one, and that turns into a base hit. You can't make a better pitch right there, and Pence pokes it past a diving Mark Reynolds. Can't make a better pitch than Scott Oberg just made.
And that's what they're talking about right at first base. Hunter Pence is laughing at Scott. Scott's like, "Are you kidding me?" That was a good pitch. He just stuck his bat out there. Doink went into right field. I mean, that is, he's bailing. His bottom's going out towards third base. He's stepping in the bucket and then hits one down the first base line.
One of the beautiful things about the game. You go do everything right, square one up and hit one 400 feet, and the guy will make a catch leaping over the wall. And then you do everything wrong. Pitcher makes a Hall of Fame pitch and you poke one down the right field line.
I think if Hunter's only 6'2", he doesn't reach that pitch. Because he's 6'4", he's able to get the extra length of the bat and make that swing.
I think you're right, partner. This is pulled foul by Hunter. I admire Scott Oberg quite a bit because he's taken his lumps at times the last couple of years. And he's worked and he's trusted his stuff. And he's believed in himself, and I know there's probably been a lot of long nights, sleepless nights. Sure. But here he is, and you're starting to see that talent shine. Good pitch.
Well, that's why. Yeah, that's why you don't give up on guys that throw 95 miles an hour that have great makeup.
He has great makeup. Humble guy. Two on Nick Hundley. And he got him with that nasty slider. So the 2-out poke to right by Pence, the only mark against Oberg in the 5th. Rockies with some momentum as Cargo will lead off down 4-2. By Johnny Cueto, the first 4, picked up 2 in the 5th. It could have been more. Cueto was able to induce a double play ground ball off the bat of DJ LeMahieu. So Cargo, Nolan, Mark Reynolds in the 6th. Rockies actually in the last 29 games at AT&T, Huey, have a winning record, 16-13. Remember, Wall always said it, the Giants bring out the best in the Rockies.
With big crowds every night, you know, you're going to have a game that's going to be close. It's almost like a playoff atmosphere whenever you come here.
You see what Cargo did there?
He didn't even.
Yeah, he said,
well, because there was an extra shake in there.
Yeah.
There was an extra shake in there from.
He kind of just smiled.
Yeah, right here, right now. One more.
Now, he wouldn't do that with 2 strikes, but he'd afford to do it there. And Cargo rips one to left field for a base hit. That's 3 straight innings that the Rockies have had the leadoff man on.
Last inning, it was Mark Reynolds. He came around to score. Right, calling all college students. College night at the ballpark is Friday, April 21st. The college student ticket package includes a game ticket, a Rockies athletic bag. Visit rockies.com/college for tickets.
And by the way, we see those boaters out there, and we were pushing Mark to get out and do a little boating tonight in McCovey Cove, and evidently he did, and he got a little seasick. So Mark has returned to the hotel, and we wish Mark a speedy little recovery.
Yes. Quick turnaround too. Day game tomorrow.
Yeah. 2-0. The first part of that story is a complete fabrication. The second part is accurate.
Yes, he did suddenly turn ill and had to return to the hotel. So get well, Mark.
2-0 on Arenado. Couple ground outs for Nolan. And
oh, he wants that one
right
back.
There. You know where that ball was going to go? That ball was going to go to Triples Alley.
Yeah, it wasn't going to go to McCovey's Cove, but it would have scored one, and then he would have been at third for Mark. Oh. Yep. Talk to yourself after those swings. And that one was more inside. Towards the label.
See, this is where it's difficult because you're in a changeup count.
Yeah, the third pitch on the Subaru strike zone, that's the one he wanted to hit to Triples Alley. The fourth one started right up and in.
Cargo at first, a lead single. 4-2 San Francisco. We're in the top of the sixth. Got a fastball, and it's up 3-2. Nolan's been sporting those new batting gloves with kind of the aqua on them. Start Cargo. That's what Johnny Cueto's thinking.
Probably not here.
Yep, nobody out.
Nobody out.
And this is playable. That'll bring up Mark Reynolds. Mark's 1 for 2, leading the Rockies with 4 jacks and 11 RBIs. He's a pro's pro, isn't he, Huey?
Certainly is. Pretty quiet, but you go up and talk to him, he's got a wealth of information. And when you talk about hitting and heads up. It was 3 times in the last 3 games that guys have had that happen to him.
Yeah, and I want to say this. I had heard somebody recently saying, oh, that, you know, one of the guys that played about, you know, like you 20 years ago, and says, oh, the game's different. Nobody throws up and in. We've watched Bumgarner do it. We've watched Johnny Cueto do it. There are some guys out there that'll do it, and that's not dirty baseball. No. It's old-fashioned. You know what? I got to move the feet. Not going head hunting.
No.
He's trying to move the feet. And again. And Nick Hundley's like, all right, let's go. You're all right.
Those were more mechanical. That Nick's telling him to stay back. He opened up, but when you open up and rotate too much with the left shoulder, you're going to leave the arm behind. But we saw Cargo last night get the one up and in, and they hit the ball right back up the middle.
All pitching coaches will tell you, you have to pitch on both sides of the plate, and you have to not be afraid to go inside. Dave Righetti, longtime pitching coach for the Giants. This ball is hit well to right. Pence going back will make the catch. 2 outs.
That's unfortunate for Mark because he's put a good swing on a pitch and hit it right on the screws.
Reynolds' strikeout rate this year is below 25%. which for a power guy and a guy who has a history, as everybody knows, is striking out at a much higher rate than that's very good. Trevor Story, a walk and a run scored last inning. He struck out looking on a breaking ball in the second.
That's where he's got to cut down the swing on an 0-2 count. It's hard to sit, change up when you're in the batter's box. You're behind the count 1-2, but this might be the time.
2-2. Got another fastball out of the zone. Giants last year won 87 games. They had to win the final 4 games of the season to make the playoffs, if you recall. They had a .365 team ERA, which was 4th best in baseball. This year in the early going, they're at .437. And now it's 3-2. That's 21st in baseball. And so we're talking ERAs. Copy is on deck. The Rockies, when they have a lead, their bullpen so far this year has a 1.18 ERA.
And 12.9 strikeouts per 9 innings.
Incredible. Swung on and missed. That'll end the inning. Fargo leadoff single. Rockies couldn't do anything after that. 4-2 Giants. This was one of the best defensive plays of 2015 anywhere in the game. And miraculous that Nolan didn't get hurt.
And remember, he almost tried to turn a double play on that. When he got up and threw the ball in.
He is a freak show defensively, as we've said many times. That's 2 years ago today.
Yeah. Well, last year he was first in defensive runs saved with 20. And I think that might even be a little short.
0-1 on Brandon Crawford. He homered to left center field against Tyler Anderson in the 4th. 1 for 2. Changeup. 2-strike count.
Jake McGee is now up in the Rockies bullpen.
of the things, Huey, that the Rockies have been able to do with Cueto the last, especially the 5th inning. And he was rolling, but now they've elevated the pitch count a little bit, and you want to get into that giant bullpen, which is still somewhat unsettled.
Over 80+ pitches now for Cueto. Good strikeout from Scott. Back-to-back strikeout. Scott Hundley to end the 5th inning. Now to lead off the 6th, get Brandon Crawford. Tight slider. And for Scott, that and the changeup are really his go-to off-speed pitches. It used to be the big curveball, but really doesn't throw that as much anymore.
There's a strike on Eduardo Nunez. We're talking about that bullpen, if you can get into it. Melanson's been a little unsteady out of the gate, the golden product. George Contos has given up 3 runs in 3 2/3.
I don't think Scott was happy with that last check swing call. He thought Nunez swung. That's why he's taking some extra time to gather his thoughts. Doesn't matter.
To the ground, the short. Story. 2 gone. And that'll bring up Chris Morrero. He's been the hitting star tonight for the Giants, getting the start in left field. Came into the ball game 1 for 18. He's hit a 2-run home run and single to right.
The first 10,000 fans through the gates on Friday, April 21st will receive a Colorado Rockies Earth Day t-shirt courtesy of KOA News Radio.
So Chris Morrero with the home run in the 2nd inning, his first career home run after 4,005 minor league at bats.
4,000?
And he had 140 home runs in the minor leagues. And this was a guy that was a #1 pick. 15th overall by the Nationals.
It's still 4,000 at bats.
I need not tell you, Huey.
Oh.
You played.
That's why I keep saying it.
It's a hard game.
And sometimes it's a hard road.
Yeah, I think a lot of times it's a hard road. Off the plate, 2-1.
You just feel like you keep just beating yourself up. And
well, how many times did you exhale and you say I arrived, and then in the next breath you say, well, I want to stay. I got to do something to stick around.
Yeah, the old line. It's hard to get there. It's harder to stay.
Yeah.
Because there's always somebody nipping at your heels. There's always that next phenom.
Well, it's so different. We always talk about how much we enjoy March and spring training in Scottsdale, and it's a relaxed atmosphere. It's relaxed for me and you. But you've reminded me many times that most of the times at spring training, it wasn't relaxing for you. It's good. You know, Charlie Blackmon, Cargo, DJ, Nolan Arenado.
There's 15 guys it's relaxing for.
They can relax.
Yeah.
They know their spot is secure.
One time I went to spring training knowing I had a secure spot. One time. That's it. The rest of the time I was chewing my fingernails the whole time.
3-2, and this is lifted to Tappy and left. Boy, Oberg's done a marvelous job. He'll be pinch hit for next inning, but 2 strong innings to keep it a 2-run game. Keep the Rockies in contact. We'll go to the 7th, 4-2 San Francisco. Sports is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Yes to low fares, but nothing to hide. That's transparency. With Jeff Hewson, I'm Drew Goodman. Back on Willie Mays Way, South Beach area of San Francisco. The Giants 4, the Rockies 2. Game 2 of a 4-game set. And in the 7th, the Rockies will have Raimel Tapia, Tony Walters, and then a pinch hitter for Scott Oberg. Tapia, fly ball to center and a pop to short. Moves down a bunt, but it pushes it foul.
Left fielder Gorkys Hernandez going in for Chris Morrero to play defense.
Straight up. Tapia, career .318 hitter in the minor leagues. This ball's pretty well hit. And Pence and Span almost came together.
Span ended up catching it. Now towards, not quite the triples alley. They're both running, and at the last moment, Hunter Pence sees Denarge calling for it and peels off. Right now, Hunter sees what's happening. He avoids a collision.
Tony Walters to Tony Diaz. Good changeup, 0-2. Cueto's due up second next inning. The pitch count getting close to 90. Bruce Bochy's one of those guys with veteran pitchers like Bumgarner, like Cueto. He'll let them go well over 100 if they're effective. The only added dimension to that equation is it's mid-April.
But last year, San Francisco, their starters, they threw 982 in a third inning, which was third in the major leagues.
And Cueto had 6 complete games. The only guy, or 5 complete games, the only guy who had more complete games was Chris Sale. 2 outs. I've always felt like if I was going to get a kayak, I'd want one with a hibachi on it.
Yeah. Is that Jiffy Pop popcorn?
Well, why else would you have it a hibachi?
I don't know. Maybe a hamburger or a hot dog. That reminds me of camping, the old Jiffy Pop over the campfire.
Well, Doug just said that having a campfire while you're in a canoe is not a good idea, but Doug, you can put it out really quickly.
Yeah, just grab some water
around. This is Adames pinch hitting, fouled off.
And it will be Jake McGee next half inning.
Strikes on Christian.
Well, Christian wasn't happy with that last call, but it was on the corner of the Subaru strike zone.
Yankees have a couple of bench players looking for their first hit this year. Cardullo's 0 for 15 and Christian Adames 0 for 6 so far. 0 for 8, I should say. Played in 6 games. Strike 3. 1, 2, 3, 7 for Johnny Cueto. It remains 4-2 San Francisco. Here's Arcuni Lexus. Look back. Chris Morrero, his first career home run. A 2-run shot in the second inning. And then Brandon Crawford, when it was 3-0, made it 4-0 with an opposite field shot. All against Tyler Anderson. And then Buddy Black, who was upset at a couple of balk calls earlier against Anderson, gets thrown out by home plate umpire Mike Everett. He had something to say on his way out to Bill Welke also. And the Rockies responded after that ejection, scoring a pair of runs. So they're down 4-2, bottom of 7. Joe Panik against Jake McGee. And McGee with the ball in the outside corner for a strike.
Jake is, you can just tell he's healthy this year. After last year with the knee, he has good downward action on the fastball now. 95 to 97 miles an hour. That's back again.
Two balls and a strike. 42,738 at AT&T Park tonight. That is the 494th consecutive sellout. Second longest in history. The Red Sox have an ongoing sellout streak. A couple hundred more than that.
He's still on deck. Nobody warming up for the Giants.
Again, that's how they roll with Cueto and Bumgarner.
He's at
Bumgarner
94 pitches.
He lost a complete game already this year. Three and two on Joe Panik. And that is strike 3. See you later.
Either way, it's either a strike call. See what Mike Everett, he points on the swing. Yeah, I don't think he went. I thought it was a strike anyway. That's what it showed up on the Subaru strike zone.
Cueto is grounded out twice. On the swing, 0-2.
Carlos Estevez. Well, you hope that this inning for Jake's just a 12 to 15, 16 pitch inning. To quick turnaround tomorrow. You can use him then too. You know Oberg will be down after throwing the 2 innings. That's why Carlos is up. And Mike Redmond, no stranger to having to manage after the 2 years he was down in Miami.
Buddy Black, Mike Redmond have very quickly developed a close relationship, which, you know, you got to have manager, bench coach.
Well, and think about this. Buddy interviewed him when he was with San Diego, tried to get him down there as on his coaching staff. So there was a little history before it happened here.
2-2. Cueto's being a pain in the neck.
Yes, he is. Pitch number 8 coming up to Johnny.
Take that same 95-mile-an-hour fastball
On
with
the
that
hands.
long swing and put it on the inside corner.
Set up in. Just blow the bat up.
The bat will splinter. 3-2. He got it.
There it was inside.
He didn't want to swing it.
No, he didn't.
That would hurt. 2 outs.
And fans, don't forget Coors Field's available year-round for special events, and most areas of the ballpark can be reserved. Call 303 Rockies for more information and book your next event at Coors Field.
Denard Span takes up an in, ball 1. Rockies bullpen, by the way, leading all bullpens in Major League Baseball in strikeouts so far. And that number will grow tonight because in 2 innings, Scott Oberg struck out 2. And so far in 2/3 of an inning, Jake McGee has a couple of punch outs. Here's the 2-0 on the inside corner, 2-1.
Bud Black referred to that the other day as the punchy. He goes, I like the punchy.
When the ball's not in play, that's a good thing, especially when you play your home games at Coors Field. Rockies averaging better than 11 strikeouts per 9 innings. Leading baseball last year. It's 3-1. They were 24th in baseball in strikeouts. You know how much the bullpen struggled last season. If you miss bats, it's hard to get hurt. And that cuts away from Denard Span. So a 2-out walk to Span, and that'll bring up Bell.
This is kind of what you're hoping didn't happen with Jake. And a lot of it had to do with Johnny Cueto and the 10 pitches that he saw in his at bat. And that pitch count starts to climb towards the 25 that you really don't want to see from a reliever in an inning.
That's a strike.
If we're back home at Coors Field, you can hear some people yelling, balk, trying to get on Bill Wilkie at first base. There'd be a few chirps from the dugout.
That'd never happen.
No, golly no.
Watching Hunter Pence on deck, and he still has one of the strangest looking practice swings.
Works for him.
Well, big time.
Well,
That's a
teach
strike
it.
0-2.
You don't teach that.
You know, the other guy who you always watch was Michael Morse.
Morse. His was in slow motion, though. His was really deliberate.
There are a lot of things that Hunter Pence does that are unorthodox, but he's a tremendous player. He just missed 1-2.
UT Arlington product.
Turned out some good players at Texas Arlington. Good facilities.
This is very good.
2 outs, Span at first. We'll draw another lob throw. Going to get a little action in that Giants pen. Going up down there is Derek Law. Derek Law is another guy that has struggled. 4 1/3. He's given up 3 runs on 6 hits.
He's rushing with some urgency to get loose.
Yeah, maybe there was a conversation that just took place in the dugout where Johnny Cueto feels like he's out of gas.
He's at the end of his time. Maybe that 10-pitch at bat took it out of him.
One bad thing, even though it's just the 4th hitter faced by McGee and there's 2 outs, is that he fouled off a lot of pitches. Cueto fouled off a bunch, so it's 26 pitch outing right now for McGee. Start thinking ahead to tomorrow.
Right. That's what I said. You hope you could get out of this inning with just 12 to 15 pitches. And for the bullpen and the relievers for the Rockies, they've thrown a lot of innings, but during their time they'd only thrown 15.9 pitches per outing. This was the 7th fewest in baseball.
The Rockies coming into today the only team in baseball that had played 11 games. I've made mention of this a number of times. I've never seen a schedule like this where you play 14 straight to start the season. And that is foul. Good play by Mark just in case.
There was a play like that last night that was right on the line. That was a fair ball.
That was a fair ball. Remember when the guys used to sit on a bench in that bullpen?
Yes.
They got rid of the bench, and so now everybody hangs out in the dugout. And if you need to warm somebody up, you jog down there with a catcher and a defender. So 3 guys go, and also Darren Holmes, the bullpen coach.
Well, it used to just be Raffy and Matt Belisle as the guys I remember sitting down there in the bullpen.
They put cotton in their ears so they didn't hear the fans.
Oh, they're right on top of you. It used to be that way at Old Vero Beach during spring training, the Dodgers facility. They didn't have cover over the dugouts.
It's wide open.
Wide open. Old Vero Beach and the Dodgers. They have a little screen in front of you, but nothing over your head, so the fans were literally right behind you.
What have they done with that facility?
I don't know.
The legendary Dodger facility for so long.
Dodger Town.
Beach was almost as famous as Evans Field. They played the games that counted for so long. Evans Field long gone in Brooklyn. 2-2. Pitch number 30. And McGee keeps hitting him backwards. Or excuse me, Belt keeps hitting him backwards off the pitches from McGee. Rockies will have the top of the order in the 8th.
It still looks like Derek Law. He hasn't slowed down there. Now he's talking to Mark Gardner. But they've signaled that he's ready.
This outing, even though McGee's been sharp, is probably look at the Subaru strike zone. Everything's on that outer edge, but it'll probably eliminate Jake McGee from participating tomorrow.
I would agree, and you know Scott's out, so this is going to fall on Tyler Chatwood tomorrow to go out and give you 7 innings.
How many pitches now, Doug? 37 just to Belt?
Well, he had 10 to Cueto. I think this is number 11. No, number 12 coming up. There's 11 dots on the Subaru strike zone. I mean, do you dare come inside?
Nope, not yet. 3-2.
We got all kinds of lights going on in the stadium from phones.
I've never seen this before. Have you ever seen this?
I saw it at a rock concert, but not at a baseball game.
When you want the band to come out again and play an encore. That's crazy. Bunch of fireflies. Center field, well hit with the runner going. Blackman cuts it off, bobbles it, and the run will score. 5-2, San Francisco. See if they scored a straight double. That's one heck of an at-bat from Bell.
Yes,
one heck of a battle with McGee.
Kept fouling pitches off,
Mike Redmond's going to have to go get him now.
Finally reaches out, hits it towards the gap. Charlie got over and it just went underneath his glove. It will go down as a base hit, but also an error on Charlie, his first of the year, allowing Span to come all the way around to score.
And allowing Belt to go to second. 5-2 the score. Belt wins it with a line single to center. And with the little bobble out there, the runner who was moving, Denard Span, came around. Belt moved up to second. It's now a 3-run deficit for the Rockies. Carlos Estevez will try to get that final out in the 7th with Hunter Pence at the plate. 2 for 3 tonight. Sharp ground ball, base hit. Cargo up with the baseball. Here comes Belt. Here comes the throw. And it's offline. It's 6-2.
Third hit tonight for Hunter's second RBI. Another 2-out run for San Francisco. Pitch away again, Hunter Pence. Second time tonight, he's taking it to right. Or go off the mark with the throw. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. Brandon Belt, big man but can run, being waved the whole way by Phil Nevin.
Nick Hundley at the plate, 0 for 3.
Four of the 6 runs the Giants have scored tonight have come with 2 outs. Happened in the 2nd and now here in the 7th.
One and 2.
Also with this long inning, I guarantee you that Johnny Cueto's done for tonight.
And a 4-run lead seems real likely. This is looped to right. This is a base hit for Hundley. Nine hits tonight for San Francisco. Crawford 1 for 3. That one was a home run in the 4th inning.
Go all the way back to when Brandon Crawford broke in 2011. He had 204. The next year, in 12 and 13, he had 248, 246, and then last year 275. Home runs, RBIs, on base.
Every year the on-base percentage has gone up, and that's a base hit. Here's Pence coming home. Tapia's throw cut off, and that was under the glove of Nolan. And this has turned into a disastrous inning. And keep in mind, it began with 2 straight strikeouts by Jake McGee. And a walk to Span, the long at bat from Belt that resulted in a single and an error. Pence a single, Hundley a single, Crawford a single. And now it's a 7-2 Giant lead.
The last 2 guys have gone opposite field, and Brandon Crawford Little soft liner into left field. Pence coming around to score, and then Tapia tries to throw it. Nolan just has it go off his glove because he was going to stop and throw it to Trevor to get Nick Hundley, who was going to third base. He just didn't catch it.
Eduardo Nunez, 8th man to come to bat. First and third, 2 outs. 5 straight have reached for the Giants. Tuna. Three and nothing on Nunez. Back up the middle and on through. Another base hit. Nunez with his 4th RBI as Hundley scores. 8-2 Giants. All of this with 2 outs. Now the Rockies are forced to get another arm up.
St. Paul, 5 straight hits for San Francisco. I'm a little surprised he swung 3-0 there. Nothing wrong with it. I'm just surprised that he did after 3 out of the zone.
I think one more batter for Estevez.
Yes.
Hopefully he gets out of the inning, but what Mike Redmond doesn't want to do is lose both McGee and Estevez for tomorrow. And it looks likely that McGee wouldn't be available after 35 pitches tonight. Four runs with 2 outs here in the 7th. This should get the Rockies out. Well, the Giants end up hitting around. They score 4 runs, again, all with 2 outs in a 29-minute half inning. 8-2. Johnny Cueto was outstanding as he typically is. He goes 7 innings, gives up 2 runs on 6 hits, a walk and 6 strikeouts for really the co-ace of the Giants, along with Madison Bumgarner. Rockies trailing 8-2 as they come to bat here in the 8th inning. It looked like the Rockies, 2 relatively quick outs. Cueto did foul off a number of pitches from Jake McGee. It looked like the Rockies at the top of the order in a 2-run game, 6 outs to work with. And they just couldn't get off the field, and now they're down by 6 runs. Blackman is 1 for 3, singled in the 5th.
Derek Law been their 8th inning guy. A little different situation here with the 6-run lead, but he's been the 8th inning guy in 5 out of his 6 outings.
This is lined to left with authority. Gorky Hernandez makes the catch.
Well, individual game day suites and party facilities are now on sale. Coors Field has something for everyone and every budget. Go to Rockies.com/suites for more information. Yeah, the suites at Coors Field are better than that suite right there at AT&T Park.
That suite lost a couple of guests.
They did. They went ahead and paddled on home. We still got the roaring fire going on.
Is the popcorn done yet?
Popcorn's done.
LeMahieu 2 singles tonight and a 6-4-3. Batting champion from a year ago. Joe Panic, 2 outs. Cargo singled his last time up. To the first baseman belt, and a quick inning for Derek Law. Giants in control now, 8-2. Colorado Rockies baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Say yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. And by the Wyoming Office of Tourism. Wyoming is full of adventure. It's time to find out if you are too. That's WYY. TravelWyoming.com. Giants up 8-2. Transamerica building in the background. And the first pitch from Shane Carl misses down low to Joe Panik.
And we're going to throw that first baseball out.
That's his
welcome to the club.
Yeah, major league debut for Shane Carl.
It's always one of those special moments in a player. 10th round pick by Pittsburgh. Come over in the Rob Scahill deal.
He's going to get his first guy out.
Yeah.
Cargo and LeMahieu.
So when they ask him in the future, say, who was your first out? Who's your first batter you faced? So Joe Panik hit a fly ball to right field.
He used to ask George that. He always remembered. I remember now because he would come up periodically. He got Sammy Mejia out. Struck him out with a slider.
Sammy was, when I was with Montreal, he was our first base coach.
Was he?
Yeah.
You know what was on the other day? The game Pedro Martinez. Did you see that? Was throwing and there was a fly ball down the right field line. It was the second out, and Larry thought it was the third out and walking into the baseball to a fan, then tried to grab it back from him.
I saw that too. We were watching the same thing.
And Pedro was great about it. He goes, my good friend Larry, who was such a great player, except Larry forgot how many outs there were on that particular occasion.
And I forget who the host was and tried to say, come on, you got to say something. He goes, no, Larry was my teammate. I'm not going to say anything bad about him.
Well, he was a great teammate.
Yes,
One ball, one strike. This is Connor Gillespie pinch hitting for Law. Gillespie started at third last night. Good pitch. That kicks a long way away. It's going to be a strikeout wild pitch, and Gillespie will reach. So he'll remember that. My first strikeout was Connor Gillespie. The only bad thing is he reached.
Shane gets him to fish. And then with the slider, the way it's spinning, once it hits the dirt, it kicks the other way. And it kicked past Tony, and all he can do is go pick it up by the on-deck circle.
Denard Span tonight is 1 for 3 and a walk. He has scored 2 runs. A couple of years ago when he was at the Nationals, he led the National League in hits with 184. A twin. I think the Twins, historically, a lot like the Rockies in that everybody you've ever met who is a twin, the prominent guys, well, they've been great guys. I mean, the Rockies had Michael Kadire, nobody better than Kadire. Justin Morneau, great guy. Denard Span's a great guy.
LaTroy Hawkins.
LaTroy Hawkins, it's a great example. And the Rockies have had the same history. So many good guys. It's
high character.
Yeah. The organization has stressed it. Minnesota has stressed it. Off the plate on Span, 2-1. Purple Rose, shout out. Shane Carl in his big league debut. Never met a manager either that doesn't get excited. Walt Weiss always said that. Buddy Black was talking about it recently.
Well, you know, Glenn Allen Hill, when he told him he was getting called up, I'm sure he was excited about it.
And G. Hill gets to do that a fair amount during the AAA season, and you know it's one of the special times for him. Just got to keep getting creative on how you
how you do it.
Pretend to throw a tirade at him and say, "Get out of here! Go to the big leagues." Span reaches and hits a fly ball to Tapia. That's the second out. That'll bring up Brandon Belt. Really, I think ultimately the biggest at bat in this game, that 13-pitch matchup with McGee. If McGee wins the battle with Belt, and we're still talking about a 4-2 game, you never know.
But Brandon, 13 pitches, and they kept pitching him away. They just kept going away, and he finally was able to put it into right center field.
All right, I want to ask you a question because Doug just handed me a note.
Yeah.
Can you get within 20 the number of players in the 25th year of the Rockies' existence? How many players have played in the big leagues for the Rockies? That's another strike.
Wow. Within 20.
Yeah.
525.
You win.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, guess what you've won?
You buying me lunch?
The other way around. Buy me something to eat in a little while.
Okay.
541. The number for Shane Carl. He's the 541st player to reach the big leagues with the Rockies. We're playing the big leagues with the Rockies.
And he'll also remember the number he is to play in the big leagues. This is still just shy of 19,000. Is that correct, Doug?
Two and two. You know, Raimel Tapia is wearing number 7. And I thought I hadn't seen a 7 in a while. And I was asking Tiny, Mike Ponarelli, the outstanding clubhouse manager for the Rockies, and I said, Tiny, who was the last 7? And Tiny's thinking, he goes, well, I remember Jeff Cirillo.
Right.
And so I turned to Cargo, he was sitting right next door, and I said, Cargo, and players always remember everybody's number. I said, give me some 7s. You've been here a long time. This is fouled off. He said Jose Reyes.
Okay.
He was here briefly, but he was the last to wear it. And then I'm trying to think, now I'm going to forget. Who was the last guy? And Cargo rattled off like 2 or 3 in a row that I had forgotten. And, oh, Seth Smith he mentioned. Matt McBride also wore 7. Another foul ball. Here, Belt doing it again.
So Doug did the research for Shane. He's the 18,947th player to play in the big leagues.
You know who the first number 7 was for the Rockies?
Girardi.
You're on your game tonight.
I am, but right here, I'm with you.
Joe Girardi. Brandon Belt's seen like 420 pitches tonight.
Well, there's another 8 on top of the 13 that he saw.
Somebody's going to have a need. We've gone off topic here again, but Somebody's going to have a neat happening in the next few weeks in baseball.
Be the 19,000, and that's since 1876, folks.
This is going to be grabbed by Story to end the inning. So a nice debut for Shane Carr. We'll go to the ninth. The Rockies trailing 8-2 in San Francisco. Off for the Rockies. Corey Guerin is now out there for San Francisco. The Giants with 8 runs on 11 hits. The Rockies have been limited to 6 hits. Both their runs came in the 5th inning.
5th game for Corey. Fastball 91, slider about 85. Going to get the last 3 outs. Rockies looking to put a rally together.
Dodgers got after Zach Greinke tonight. He gave up 5 runs on 10 hits in 5 innings. Clayton Kershaw, no runs, 2 hits over 8 innings. This is pulled foul by Arenado. Game's going to the 9th. Kershaw below 90 pitches, an opportunity to throw a complete game shutout. Two and 1.
So it looks like it'd be Wednesday in LA.
Kershaw.
For Kershaw.
Yeah, Rockies try to beat him again. Good eye from Nolan.
Good eye.
Hunley makes the catch, 1 out. Who Wants Tacos fans, follow @RootSports_RM on Twitter to receive alerts for the Rockies Taco Special when the Rockies score 7 or more runs. on Mark Reynolds. Mark 1 for 3. It's on the ground to Panic. 2 outs. Pitching matchup tomorrow, and it's a day game. Reminder all our fans back in the Mountain Time Zone, Tyler Chatwood and Matt Moore. Moore's been good so far. Chatty looking for his first victory. We're on the air at 1:30 in the Mountain Time Zone with the pregame show.
Looking for Tyler to have a good game tomorrow. That's going to be another good pitching matchup.
First pitch is hit in the air to center field. Denard Span will make the catch, and that's the ball game. So the Rockies won game 1 of this 4-game set. Tonight, the Giants win by a final score of 8-2 over Colorado. Johnny Cueto is the big league's first 3-game winner. He's 3-0. And Tyler Anderson takes the loss. Tyler is 1-2. Our Jimmy John's delivery of the game. The work of Johnny Cueto. He had that outstanding changeup going, particularly early in the game. The Rockies did touch him for a couple of runs in the 5th. But Cueto, as he typically is, he's tough to handle. Johnny Cueto, last year unbeaten against the Rockies. And Colorado still has not defeated Cueto since May of 2012. The final score once again tonight at AT&T Park. It's the Giants 8 and the Rockies 2. Let's get it to our Denver studios. Here's Jenny and Corey. Jenny?